Hi everybody, this is Ryan Jackson. I want to take this time to talk about the Your Health compensation plan. There's 7 different streams of income. We're going to talk about the 6th way, which is generation check match. It's a really unique piece of the compensation plan that can really reward the top distributors, so I want everybody to understand it. So we're going to be a little bit more in depth in this video. Before we get into it, we really need to understand the difference between the placement tree of your organization and the sponsor tree. So we prepared an illustration here to help everybody at home understand. So this is you. You sponsored Bob and Steve. We're going to put Bob and Steve in red because these are the people you personally sponsored. And Bob brought in Amy. Steve brought in Dave and Linda. So Amy, Dave, and Linda are going to be in green because you didn't personally sponsor them, but they're still in your organization. Now Linda sponsored Derek, who sponsored Joe, who sponsored Cindy, who sponsored Anna. So they're all going to be in green. Now you wanted to help out Bob and Amy, so you sponsored Susan and you sponsored Lisa. Lisa then brought in Tim, John, and John brought in Dan. Your upline sponsored Karen. So let's put Karen in blue because Karen was not personally sponsored by you or one of your sponsors. Karen then sponsored Rich and Carlos. We're going to put them in orange because they did not come from your personal sponsor. They were sponsored by Karen. So Rich then found Fred and Carlos sponsored Danielle. So they're all going to be in orange. Also, you sponsored Lewis, who brought in Andrew. This is called your placement tree. All you have is a left side and a right side. Now everybody in your organization is going to be in your placement tree, whether your upline sponsor them, or you sponsor them, or somebody else sponsor them. They'll all be in your placement tree. But as we take a look at your sponsor tree, you're going to see it looks a little bit different. So everyone needs to understand this so you can really understand how generation check match is calculated. So this is what your sponsor tree would look like. As you can see, everybody you personally sponsored is all going to be your level 1, regardless of how far down in the organization you place them. Anybody you personally sponsored is always going to be right up there on your level 1. So you see we have Bob, Susan, Lisa, Steve, and Luis. They're all your level 1 because they were personally sponsored by you. Now remember, Bob brought in Amy. So Amy is going to be also in Bob's sponsor tree. And Susan hasn't sponsored anyone yet. Lisa brought in Tim, John, and Dan, so they're in her sponsor tree. And there's everyone Steve brought in, and Luis. So this is what your sponsor tree would look like. Notice Karen, who was sponsored by your upline, is not in your sponsor tree. So the commissions from Karen's organization would not count for your generation check match. Let's take a look at how generation check match is calculated. First, we need to understand generations. A generation is defined as anybody who has reached the level of silver. That is when we're going to stop that generation. So if you see here, Bob has reached the level of silver. So generation 1 ends with Bob. Anything that Bob sponsored, all volume underneath Bob will not count for generation 1. It's all going to count for generation 2 because Bob has reached silver. But if you look at Susan reached copper, so she is not yet silver, so that is still calculated under level 1. Now let's look at Lisa. Lisa has reached bronze, and everyone she brought in, Tim and John and Dan, they all reached bronze also. So level 1 is not just Lisa because she did not reach silver. So level 1 is going to be all the commissions that Lisa earned plus what Tim and John and Dan earned is all level 1 because nobody has reached silver yet in that organization. Steve has reached the level of ruby. So level 1 ends with Steve. So to see where level 2 begins, we have to look for the next silver. Steve brought in Dave and Linda. Dave is a silver, so level 2 would end right there with Dave. But Linda is only bronze. Linda brought in Derek, who's a diamond, so on that branch, level 2 would end. So we're going to outline this so you can see where level 1 ends and level 2 ends. Now, if we look below, we still have more generations beyond Derek. So you're still going to be able to get to your 3rd generation. So you see Joe is a bronze, so we're going to continue because he's not silver. But Cindy is ruby, so level 3 would end right there. Because Cindy is a ruby, she has reached a level higher than silver. Now if you look below, we have Anna, and Anna is a ruby also. So that would be generation 4. Now your next leg is, we have Luis. Luis is a bronze, so that is not completing generation 1. But below him is Andrew, is a ruby, so generation 1 ends right there. So if we look at it, we have now seen your generation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thankfully, all this is already calculated in the administrative site. I just want everybody to know how it's calculated so you can see the great earning potential. When you earn first order bonuses, when you earn team commissions, you know it's because you've helped a lot of people with their health. You know you've helped a lot of people get on the products, get better results with their health. But when you see, as a part of your check, when you see that generation check match in there, you know it's because you've helped a lot of people earn extra income and possibly change their lives financially. So that's what's really exciting, because Your Health is actually rewarding people that are out there helping their team, helping their distributors earn more money. And that's what Your Health is really all about. It's helping those who really like to help others. And I know a lot of people, especially the blue diamonds, white diamonds, triple diamonds, they're earning a tremendous amount of income through this generation check match. And even some diamonds and double diamonds, they're earning more through generation check match than through their team commissions. Team commissions is, you're maxed at $10,000 a week, which is awesome. But this is truly unlimited. Let's look at, in this scenario, how much would you make in addition to your team commissions as a Ruby? How much would you be making through generation check match? So let's get into that. So you see the importance of striving for the highest paid as rank every single week. Because if you were a silver, you would have only earned level 1 from your generation check match. But as a ruby, you're going to earn levels 1, 2, and 3. If you were a diamond, you would have earned all 4 levels, and you would have made a lot more income there. So as a ruby, you earned levels 1, 2, and 3, and if we add that up, $222 from level 1, $96 from level 2, and $72 from level 3, you earned an additional $390. So I hope this helped everybody understand the difference between the placement tree leg and the sponsor tree leg, and also helped you understand the 6th form of income, which is the generation check match. Everybody, make sure you reach silver and fight for your highest paid as rank to get more and more levels, more and more generations, and reach out and grab more of this income. I'll see you guys next week.